Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to show you how to make a new bracelet that we made up. It is called the treasure hole. It looks like this. You might have seen some of our other videos we made. We made one how to make a 6-row, another new one called side to side bracelet, and a double regular. But for the treasure hole, you will need to pick out 4 colors. You'll need 14 rubber bands of each color. In this case, you can use any colors you want, but I'm going to use light pink, dark pink, light turquoise, and ocean blue. First, you want to make sure your loom looks like mine. All the pegs facing the same way and your red arrow is pointing up. Pick out your first color. I'm using dark pink, and you put it around your first 2 pegs. You should do this 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you take your second color, I'm using light turquoise, and you put it around the first 2 pegs in your middle row, like this. Again, you will do this 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you take your same color, you put on your first row. I used hot pink, and you do the same thing you did here. Now it is time to use your last 2 colors, and it's also time to do the coolest part. You're going to make the big ring in the middle of the bracelet, right here. So first you're going to take your first color and you're going to make an arrow like this, and you're going to take your other color, push down a little, and you're going to put it on top of that. And we're going to make it a little thicker so it doesn't break, and we're going to do it again. Same 2 colors. Arrow, and arrow. Now it's time to use your crochet hook. First, you push your last 2 colors you used, the arrows, out of the way, and you take your first color you ever use. I used hot pink, and you bring it out around the pegs and onto the second peg. Then you take the one underneath that, bring it out around the pegs and onto the next peg. You just do that all the way down. It's just how you normally do that, and you do it in every row. Next row, take your second color out around the peg and onto your next one. Go in underneath it, out around your peg and onto your next one. Third row, push the arrows out of the way. Take your one underneath, out around the peg, and sometimes it gets a little stuck, and onto your next one. Out around the peg, onto your next one. Out around the peg, onto your next one. Okay, now, when you're done with all your 3 rows, you will go to the top, you take your one on this row, take it off the peg, and bring it to the middle one. Push that down a little. Then you take your other side, bring it off that peg, and bring it to the middle. Okay, when you're done, it should look like this. So there is nothing on these 2 pegs. Now you're going to stick your hook through all these, put it out through here. You're going to take one of your colors, put it on the hook, and bring the hook. Sometimes it can be tricky. I'll bring the hook through and over, and you'll put this one on top so it looks like this. Now you take a C-clip, you put it on this rubber band. Okay, once you have your C-clip on, you're going to take your hook out of that rubber band, and you can pull this one off. Sometimes you can use your fingers or your hook to get all these rubber bands off. Then I think you could do it with your hands. And there you have only the first part of your treasure hole bracelet. Now you can put this one aside that you just made, and you can turn your loom back around so it's like this. Put your hook side too, and make sure you have 7 of each color still. You are going to take your same color that you did, so you're practically going to do the same thing you did for this, except for don't do the ring quite yet. You need to make sure that there's 7 rubber bands on each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you can take your other piece you made with the ring, and you can put the ring around like you did for the first time. You make the arrow, and then if you want you can extend it. Okay. And you're going to do the plucking the same way. Just leave this on the side. So push these out of the way. Take the one under there, bring it out around the peg and onto the first one. Or second. Out around the peg and onto the next one. Remember to do that in every row. Okay, so when you're done, it should look like this again. This still hanging on the side. And remember to bring these 2 sides off that peg and to the middle. Off this peg and to the middle. Now you can take your crochet hook, put it through here at the top, take your last rubber band you'll need today, and you can, well, maybe not your last rubber band, but you put it on here and you take it through and over. Now this time you leave the 2 rubber bands on your C-clip, or on your crochet hook, and you can take it off. And here's your treasure hole bracelet, and you can attach these 2 rubber bands on your crochet hook to the C-clip at this end. So then it should look like this, both ends on the C-clip, and this is what it looks like when you're done. And examine it for a second, make sure you have it right. These can move around. There you have your treasure hole bracelet.